Hi, welcome back. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Anonymous, and in this channel, we talk about gang stalking, we talk about manipulation, we talk about narcissism, and we also talk about the experience that I have dealing with gang stalking while I'm trying to keep my life together. So, right now, I want to talk to you about how gang stalking is pretty much making your mind turn against you. So, on my previous video, I only touched on this topic because I didn't have a lot of time. However, now that we have more time, now we can expand it and we can talk more about the things that I just mentioned previously. So, first, most of us pretty much are unaware of our mind being something that we actually program. And pretty much, like what our five senses is and our emotions is what controls or what programs our mind. Now, notice that it is the five senses that gang stalkers use in order to manipulate your mind. So, and how do you manipulate someone's mind? Well, everything is done indirectly. So, for example, and when I began being manipulated into being a crack whore, I was online, and I was getting fed constantly message after message after message, um, and it was just to keep me to keep my mind thinking about that as much as possible for as long as possible and engage in that behavior. So now when you engage that for an extended period of time, your mind that type of thought will grow stronger and it will become more powerful. Now now it can become so powerful that it deviates you from your regular day-to-day life. So that is exactly how I was manipulated into becoming this awful mess that I once was. Now, also, um, this is gonna be iffy, but I feel that I was manipulated into using drugs again, particularly because my partner at the time, he just like got me really tired. I don't think that was purposeful, but I think he was I think he was a manipulator. Actually, I know he was a manipulator. But he got me really tired, and then he didn't. He offered it in a way that was manipulative. So he took a line. He said, "I'm doing a line. Do you want one?" And then he handed me the line like this, like he just literally had it like that. So that is like a sales pitch. That is something that will increase your chances of doing it. And not only that, but I was also tired, and he did one first. So I mean, and he didn't even tell me he had it in the first place. So that by just those things, I know that I was manipulated into that, and well, it doesn't matter anymore, um, because I learned a lot from that. And well, continuing on, just before the offering of crystal meth, I was taught to well, he had always Adderall, and then like slowly then we began hanging out with people that would smoke. It was like a very slow process, and it felt really calculated. So like I feel that I was slowly being pushed into being that, and when that was happening, it got into a point where I pretty much didn't have um mind to, how do you say, for anything else. Like all I wanted was just like sex. It was crazy. Um, but that is also my way of getting rid of people that I find manipulative. That I just go hard in the drugs until I get rid of them. Now, one thing is that the same thing is happening uh, right now, like online. Like I go online, and then I get bombarded with like messages, like, and uh, I'm gonna open an account to where I was my messiest. And I'm gonna see and I'm gonna show you how I am being messaged. So it's gonna be really interesting because right now I already like recorded a little bit of scrolling down from Sniffies, and you could see that I was getting like 10, 12 messages every hour. Like, is that common for you guys? Please let me know in the comments if you feel that is something normal. Like, also, I wanted to tell you that most people that approach me do not approach me by saying hi. They like, even at all times of the day. It's like 8 in the morning, and it's like, hey, do you want to fuck? Do you want to fuck? And they send me pictures, and it's like they don't even ask. They don't even want to know anything about me. So I know that the purpose of that is to keep feeding me these images. Is to keep feeding me these ideas, to to contaminate my mind. Now, the fact that I am aware of this makes it makes it like unimportant because I already know. I know better. I fell for it once. I'm not gonna fall for it again. If I fall for it, it's because I decided to. Because I have something going on. Now, anyways, um, so that is how. So notice that even though it is like manipulation, that it is nothing like special. It is still affecting your mind severely. That is just a normal narcissistic manipulation that has nothing to do with gang stalking. But to be honest with you, I believe that I was already decided to get gang stalked because when because during the relationship was when I just began getting a lot of comments on bbrt.com. So I feel that like from when that was the moment that someone was like, okay, it's this person that we're getting. And so that's the thing that makes a lot of sense for me, because that's when I feel that it all started. Now, so there's only so if you want a person to become something very particular, you have to kind of push that on them. So if someone is trying to manipulate you into become something, just be aware that if something is all of a sudden increasing, like your messages or pictures of porn or something that are imposed by one person or many, you should be careful because you should always try to keep your mind focused on what you want to do in life, and you want to keep it as far out from distractions as possible, or at least any distraction that can lead you to any type of self-destructive behavior. Um, Now, moving forward. So now the mind is more susceptible to manipulation when the mind is tired. So I can already see the the relation or the similarities between the things that my ex did, and the gang stalkers are doing. So when like yesterday actually, I was sitting in my car, and I was smoking a cigarette, and then someone was behind my car, and this person was saying, "I want to smoke some meth. I want to smoke some meth. I want to smoke some meth." And it's like, okay, well, I know exactly what you're doing. I know exactly what that's supposed to do. It's supposed to manipulate my mind into either subconsciously or consciously bring the thought to my mind that I want to smoke meth. So now, um, so when your mind is tired, those little whispers uh, have a greater chance of actually going through and actually affect your subconscious mind to to such an extent that it will make you, or me in this case, want to smoke crystal meth. So now we're gonna talk about programming the voices that the gang stalkers produce. So this is actually very simple. So uh, first, what you do or what gang stalkers do is that whenever you express anything out loud, let's say that you lose something or you're looking for something and then you find it, gang stalkers are gonna be saying like, "Oh, damn it," or "Damn, I can't believe he found it." And that is like building the antagonization of your actions with the words, with the consciousness of gang stalking. Now, whenever you're happy and let's say that you're singing a song or humming or whistling, then a gang stalker is gonna be like, "Shut the fuck up," or like, "Shut up," and it's again more antagonization. Now, whenever you express something like, let's say that you do something you're very proud of, and or something that gang stalkers are supposed to. Okay, give me 1 second. So I'm gonna keep those separate. So something that you're very proud of, gang stalkers will say, "Oh wow," like with a voice filled with not hate, but like sarcasm, like, "Oh, I'm not impressed," like that type of tone. Now, again, antagonization. And also, let's say that, and the one thing that I have noticed that they do is, um, what the fuck? Like that's one that is incredibly common. Um, uh, However, like it doesn't really mean anything, but I think that it's like a conversation starter. Because when you're having a thought, then you hear the voice "what the fuck," and then it just kind of keeps feeding off your thoughts. Now, we're gonna cover that, and then the mechanics of the voice and the umbrella of concepts. That is what actually uh, builds the effectiveness of a gang stalking operation. It's really simple. So um, oh, and they also go like they make a lot of things like that. Um, now now I'm gonna explain to you what is the umbrella of a concept. So the umbrella of a concept is pretty much a a concept that kind of, how do you say? I do not have like a name for it. I just call it umbrella because it covers a wide variety of things. So when I say umbrella, I mean that there is the concept, and then anything that has to do with that concept is under that umbrella. So in this case, it would be manipulation. It would be the hand signals, the headlights, the imaginative uh, part or the imaginative aspect in gang stalking that is required for you to have those perceptions. Um, what else? The sounds, like everything that we have talked about in this channel. Um, all of that it is a an umbrella of gang stalking. So so I noticed this with the voices. So when you're having a thought, or let's say, um, give me 1 second. So if you are thinking about gang stalking, so then imagine that that becomes like a huge filter. And if you're thinking about it, the filter is activated. And then any type of thought that you have, um, it's gonna go through that filter, and then it's gonna and then that thought is gonna be, you're gonna hear it in your head, as if it had to do, as if it was coming from the consciousness of gang stalking. So there is like a pre-check, and then there is like a the rest of the filter. And this is what I mean. So I'm thinking, let's say that I'm thinking I feel tired, right? So then, and because the fact that the voices, if it starts with "what the fuck," right? So "what the fuck" is something that I relate to gang stalkers, right? So when I hear "what the fuck," I think gang stalker. So that turns on the umbrella of gang stalking. So then the thought "I'm tired" goes to the umbrella, and then it's fed back to my conscious mind from my subconscious as, "I'm glad you're tired," or depending on how the voices work with you. So let's say that they are like, I guess, on switches, like the little voices, the sounds, whatever. They turn the thought on. They remind you of the gang stalking. That way, whatever thought you have is passed through the filter, and then it's spit out to your conscious mind as if it was coming from the consciousness that gang stalkers have built in your mind. Now, um, this also applies to hand signals or to headlights or to anything. However, this is fed in uh, as a little movie that you see in your imagination. So, for example, let's say that I'm driving, right, and you're used to gang stalkers like looking at you or something, or just turning the headlight on, right? So whenever let's see, so no, let me give you a better example. When I was driving and then I would see a turn signal, that would be like the initiation or the turning on of the gang stalking umbrella. Now, that it would literally just bring up a movie in my mind of someone looking at me from the rearview mirror, sitting down while they're driving. So it fits into it. It but you have to be thinking about the concept. So what I have done, I didn't see that before. I saw it like a couple of days ago, until I tried when I realized when I was told that gang stalking is turning your mind against you. Then I was just like, okay, so how can I control my mind more? So I thought either control the imaginative process, the images of my imagination, or control um, the umbrella. Now, I didn't know there was an umbrella. I didn't know that an umbrella of gang stalking existed. I didn't understand that concept until I was just like laying down, and then I was thinking about my voice recording, and the voice recording that I do when I'm falling asleep or taking a nap. Um, Now, this voice recording, it has, the umbrella of the voice recording app is all about positive things that I have said about me, how amazing I am, or how smart, or whatever. Now, um, when I was about to hear this thing, instead of I was thinking uh, ab- about what to put next. I had my my umbrella of my sleeping recording on. So therefore, everything that encompassed the concept of my entire recording that I make at night was on. So then I heard what the fuck, and then after the what the fuck, the thought that came after was like it fed from the umbrella of my voice recording, which said, "Oh, how are you being so amazing?" or something along those lines. But the voice completely changed. So then I was like, okay, that what's in there. So then when that happened, I just sustained. Give me 1 second. Then I just sustained an image of the app logo in my mind, and yep, the voices, all positive, everything, they were feeding off that umbrella. So okay, I was like, okay, that's a win. So now my what I'm doing is that the starters, the what the fuck and all of that, or the I am replacing those, all of those, and I am now tying those ideas to gang stalkers, but I'm tying them to something fun, such as when I heard the what the fuck, I think of the song what the fuck. La gente está muy loca, and then I just have like an image of the party, and after the what the fuck, there's nothing because, or I just think of like a good party that I had or whatever. Now, or the that like I am whenever I hear that, I'm just honestly visualizing myself just doing that, like in the hottest ship that I have ever been, just going like that, and then it only does that, and I did that for one day, yesterday, and everything just like it everything just went in such a manner that it was really not affecting my mind. Like, but your mind will get tired from producing these images, because it's a lot of work, but it will just start disconnecting you slowly, from the actual, from the initial gang stalking meaning. So all you have to do is pretty much practice replacing the actual the actual in the actual uh, the switch of the umbrella of gang stalking with an umbrella of something that you want to think about. Now, when you do that, the voices, if you're hearing voices, they change, and the images, they change too. So I had to actively create the images that I would have to have, after, with an umbrella of the things that I see. And the thing is that some things are like really, um some, let's say like a water bottle. Like, you don't really have, I don't really have any memory where I had like a lot of fun with a water bottle, other than like what I use that for, to wash my ass. However, um like that's the only thing I've used it. And I mean, it's just that. Oh, actually, I have a good memory of that. Never mind, I just remembered. But anyways, um I was gonna say, but I the best idea or image that I could come up with was like anyone just juggling a fucking bunch of water bottles or whatever, or for some reason, a picture of how they do use water bottles to make filament, for the 3D printers, but that was it, and so I was replacing that with that, and then it after that, it meant nothing. Like, it just took like a couple of hours. Like, it took the negative impact of everything. Now, um that's just what you have to do. Like, I just, whenever it is that you hear um a a gang stalking whatever, word, such as, like, to me they say like hi, but they like they say it purposely. I guess they think I'm high, or maybe I am, whatever. It's not important. And there is this YouTube channel. It's called, NPGIS, the most popular girls in high school, and they go like hi, and I just like replace, and it's like a stop go animation, with Barbie dolls, and I just think of that, and I just, giggle like inside my head because it's funny. And yesterday it was funnier because a lady, her name was Eileen, and I remember her because I was like, you look, Eileen too, and then I began to lean on the counter. She didn't like that very much, but that was funny. And anyways, so I replaced that, and then like I just had to do that a couple of times, and then it just took off the impact. Like, I like yesterday, I was paying zero attention to what they were doing. Like, their intent of antagonizing the words was like useless. Like, nothing worked. Nothing. Like, I feel that I got more disconnected than ever. So this is how they are, making your mind work against you. So you start relating words or items such as a water bottle. So my negative experience that used to come up, with a water bottle, was that, like, once, like, I was like caught, washing my ass at the gym because I was gonna go get pounded, and you know so it's like, well, first I lost the shame. I didn't care. So then that took a lot of the impact. But for some reason, they that still like felt like, as there was still a little bit of negative emotion, and I was like, why, and it's because even though sometimes there was an image, sometimes there was the thought of that, like, it was still a negative, emotion, but that is because that there was the thought of gang stalking. So now, whenever I saw like a water bottle, I would just think of, like, I don't know, again, the filament making or like juggling. But now I'm gonna think about a really hot experience that I had with this guy, that involved a water bottle, and which was like really hot, and so they control. That's how they're making your mind work against you, because when you see something, you are having this negative, idea, or this negative memory, but it's your mind. You can replace any type of negative memory or any type of negative idea with any other one. And you can do that at any time. So like if you see, I don't know, a dog, let's say, and you just, I don't know, like honestly, I don't know why I was made felt uncomfortable with dogs. Like one time, I felt like, how do I explain this to you? Like I remember I went to get some tacos, and then I remember like this big dog put his ass on me, and then but that happened like a lot of times, and I'm not sure if that was just like coincidence. Like I don't think anyone trains their dogs to do that, but that was just really really strange. And I'm sure that was like a connection that wasn't even there, and I just imagined it. So like I just felt like they were like trying to push this on me. I don't know. I have no idea how. I'm not sure if I just made that up in my head, if it was coincidence. But I like there was a time where I like couldn't get close to dogs, because it just made me so uncomfortable. So, well, so instead of thinking of that, I could have thought, of, let's see, of the golden retriever that I always wanted, and let's see, and replace it with like a movie of last year, whatever. But just know that it is you have no reason to think or to relate whatever simple person thing to a negative experience. It's your mind, and you can change that at any time. Most of us really don't realize that we have that ability, and the thing is that you really don't know how they are manipulating your mind, and most of us really really have no idea that that's exactly what they're doing. So all you have to do is pretty much realize that, and then you can actually take your mind back, and be thinking about the things that make you happy. Okay, so that is all I want to talk about in this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. In the next video, I'm going to talk to you about the more explanation on making your mind work against you, and we're going to talk about the perceptions of your entire world. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.